The first more uncomfortable truth is the fact that once you have something that's valuable, the game changes. When you have nothing, this is the treatment that you get.
So I wasn't even good enough to be in the club, but just keep people quiet and be like,
what would people say to you?
They just go, F you, dude. You know? Wait.
But the reason that some of you are starting to feel peer pressure is that you have something that other people want. This can be your time, your conformity to the group, or your talents. At that moment, you can't approach life the same way again. And a lot of people are not used to this.
And when you like agree to like, hey man, all right, I'll do this, and then you please leave me alone, and they're ruthless, man. Yeah, bro. Like I almost got in a couple accidents because they just.
It went from zero pressure to people pressuring you to change your life to what they want. And the truth of the fact is that these kind of pressure is unavoidable unless you have nothing. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit that like button. And this leads to the most important choice you can make between the two pains. And I honestly don't think there's a third choice. This is the pain of being invisible versus the pain of peer pressure.
I wasn't too accepted.
You weren't too accepted?
No, where I grew up, no. There wasn't any races where I grew up. They just wasn't accepted on the local side, you know, with some people, you know, because I wasn't.
When you're invisible, you have no responsibilities or influence. And you're also not recognized and less respected by other people.
You know, you ask people not to do stuff and then they just do it anyways, man. It's real hard not wanting to be a dad.
But if you have something that society values, you're constantly faced with pressure because people want to control that value. If you chose peer pressure and you have something that people want, that means you must have rules for yourself.
Listen, if I'm with my kids, it's best to stay away. If I'm not, and I'm having a beer, you should come have a beer with me. That's how it works. If I'm with my kids, I don't want them to know I'm just Papa. That's all I like to keep it as.
If you don't have solid rules that you set for yourself, peer pressure will constantly try to breach your boundaries at any moment, and that will mess up your mental health.
Be with my babies, ride motorcycles, rock climb. I love rock climbing, so being outdoors. If there's something that I can do to help with the environment or...
Peer pressure literally just feels like everyone just wants a piece of you. And it really overwhelms people and it makes people hate people. So if you're feeling this way, always set hard rules to protect yourself. But there's also another side to peer pressure, and there's a good chance that you might have someone like this in your group. There are some people that are insecure and toxic, and they only feel good if you are worse than them. I know, right? Sounds horrible. So this also means that when you try to stand up for yourself, don't be surprised if some people will stop being friends with you. You didn't do anything wrong. This is just the unpleasant side of toxic peer pressure. When people can't get what they want from you, they leave. So I hope that this video wasn't actually discouraging to you about people in general, because there are still a lot of good people out there. And they're really amazing, but there is just that small group that's just like messing everyone up. But if you enjoyed what's being talked about here, there's a good chance that you might like some of my other videos that will show up on the screen.